Today our topic is about Umar ibn al-Khattab. Very nice person. He is the most justice caliphate in the history of Allah. If you go in Prophet YouTube, peace upon him, you will find thousands of videos about Hazrat Umar. You know, one of the funny things about Muslims from like Asia, they say Hazrat Umar. What Hazrat mean? Hazrat Umar. There is a guy, his name is Umar. He was a caliphate. He is amazing. He is amazing in justice. Look how many videos. The justice of the caliphate of Umar ibn al-Khattab. I don't know what to tell you about all of them. You know, I mean, he's so just. I will give you an example about his just. A man, he wanted to have a new wife. And you know, Muslims, they like to change their cars. You know, like, I mean, he's bored. I mean, the same wife for 2 months, 3 months. Yeah, she's getting older. Hello. So Yahya related to from Malik from a man came to Abdullah ibn Umar. You know, this is Abdullah ibn Umar. When I was with him at the place of where the judgment were given, and asked him about suckling. An older person, Abdullah ibn Umar, replied, a man come to Umar ibn al-Khattab. So now Umar al-Khattab is involved. So the first Umar here is not the second Umar. So Umar al-Khattab now is here. And he said, I have a slave girl, and I used to do boom boom with her. He used to do what? Boom boom. You know, Muslims, they you know, if you work for them as if you are a slave, they don't rape slaves. No. Yeah, they just boom boom. That's not rape. And then my wife went to her and suckled her. Unbelievable. So it's not only women, suckling men in Islam. Now we have a new version of it. Women, she is suckling a woman. Both are mature adult women. So the wife of the master, she came to the slave. She ordered the women to suckle her, so she will become a family, and then her husband, he cannot do boom boom with her. So if there is a woman, she is a lesbian, and she is having, you know, let us say your wife, she turned into a lesbian. That means all the women she had boom boom with them, they are her sisters. So anyway, the story did not over here. When I went to the girl, my wife told me, watch out, because she had suckled her. So he went to sleep with the girl as usual. You know, they told him, oh, hold on, you cannot do that now. Your wife, she suckled her. Really? Yeah, she suckled her. So the man, he went to Umar al-Khattab. Umar, he told him, beat your wife and go to your slave girl and do boom boom, because suckling is approved only for the one, like, which means make relationship forbidden only for the young. Okay, question, Muslims, if it only make relationship for the young, so why Muhammad, he ordered the old women to suckle the adult men? But here you notice the wise Umar al-Khattab. He ordered him to do the right thing. Beat your wife. He did not say your wife is wrong, don't listen to her, she doesn't understand what she is doing. You know, tell her that the caliphate told you don't do that again, this is wrong. No, go beat her. I mean, do you see how much justice he is? Let us say, for the sake of argument, this woman, she got the stupid idea of Muhammad wrong. But I don't blame her. I mean, Muhammad, he is the one who come with this. an adult woman been ordered to feed the breastfeeding for adult men. So how come an adult man is okay, but women is not? I mean, isn't it weird? Yeah, but this is the funny Muhammad creating law and order in the society. But here Umar, he decided to make his own judgment, so go and beat your wife. Anyway, you can find this hadith in many sources, and this is the reference. Maybe the admin can post the link for you. And here it says 30 sakalin. And you know, the Muslim, the Muslim, they try to solve this problem. They say, no, it's not suckling. The woman, she take milk, she put it in the cup. Have you ever heard of a cup suckling? It says suckling, you idiot. I mean, which language you speak? So, if it is from the cup, it's called drinking.
عليكم تكاسلوا هاتا يترمون المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لا تسألون يوم يجي عن النعيم c'est ça que tu dois dire, c'est ça que tu dois dire. Lis. Allez, vas-y.
There's a man, he came to the Caliphate Umar. The Caliphate Umar, he is the person who Muhammad, he said, if there is a messenger will come after me, it's going to be Umar. Actually, Umar, he created a lot of Quran. Even the hadith says that Umar, he said that Allah, he agreed with me with many things. And then Allah, he revealed the verses as I said, which mean exactly.
Over 500 hadith are found narrated by Umar ibn al-Khattab. As well, at least maybe some scholars have said up to a dozen verses were revealed because of something Umar said.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it? At least a dozens of verses in the Quran revealed, starting from the Kaaba, praying the Kaaba. Why Muslims they pray in the Kaaba? Because Umar said so. Why Muslim women they wear hijab? Because Umar was spying at the wife of Muhammad, and he said to her when she was doing poo-poo, we recognize you, Sauda. So at least a dozens of verses in the Quran revealed because of Umar.
That occurred as a result of Umar. Incidents from the Seerah and Ahadith and verses from the Quran that occurred as a result of Umar ibn al-Khattab. Because the persona of Umar ibn al-Khattab is so important and interesting that a number of verses of the Quran were revealed because of him. And
can you believe it? Allah will not reveal those verses, but Umar, he caused those verses to be revealed. That's deep. Now the verses are revealed by Umar, and now somebody is coming to Umar asking him a question. A guy, he came to Umar ibn al-Khattab, the Caliphate. And this is Tafsir al-Qurtubi, page number 11, variant number 4. So, the man, he came to Umar ibn al-Khattab, asking questions. I mean, what is wrong is doing? He's asking the wrong person, obviously. He's asking a criminal. Subay, his name is Subay. Subay ibn Asal, which means the son of honey. He came to the city of Medina, and he started asking about verses which is not clear in the Quran, mutashabih al-Quran. And he asked about other things. And then Umar, he heard about him. He heard what? He heard there is a guy is asking questions. What he's doing? He is committing unforgettable crime. He's asking questions about the Quran. So Umar, he heard that. So Umar, he sent his soldiers to bring him, to arrest him. And he prepared for him arajin, arajin, the long branch of the palm tree. So he prepared for him. You see, he want to teach him. Umar, he want to answer the questions. So he prepared for him all those branches. And then he started beating him. ثم قام إليه فضرب رأسه بأرجون فشجه. And he hit his head, brother, and he made him bleed, and he made 2 pieces of it. Allahu Akbar. And he continued beating him and beating him and beating him until the blood came on his face. And then the man, he said, please, all the caliphate, the prince of the believers, I swear by Allah, all the questions are gone from my head. For sure, all the questions are gone. Are you kidding me? All of them are gone. So Umar says here, he brought him and he prepared for him 2 big branches of palm tree. He prepared it for him. You see, he knew exactly what he would do to him before he bring him. He did not bring the guy to ask him, okay, what you said, what you were saying. He did not even ask him anything. He just started beating the hell of him. Umar, he said to him, who are you? The guy, he said his name. And then Umar, he hit him in his head. You see, translation here is not really good. And he made a hole in it. And kept beating him. And the blood was covering his face. And then the guy, he told Umar, this is sufficient. This is sufficient. I understand now. Now I understand the Quran very well. Thank you, Caliphate. I understand. Honest to Allah, I understand. I understand very well. And the Muslim, they say that this is the Caliphate of justice. So this woman, she is a slave in the house of the most admired justice Caliphate in the history of Allah. A female slave once entered upon Umar ibn al-Khattab, and he recognized her having been owned by some of the Muhajirin. He noticed that she is a slave. We own her. But she was wearing hijab, covering her head. So he asked her, have you been freed? Like, did we give you freedom? She said no. So he said, then why you are wearing hijab? Remove it from your head. And then he said, hijab only to be worn as a duty for a free woman and the believers. And then Umar, he did not stop. The woman, she hesitated to take the hijab. She slowed down to take it off. So Umar, he raised up. He was talking to her when he was sitting down. And he hit her in her head until she cast the hijab from her head. Now, do you understand why they say Allah pleased with him? Do you see it? Obviously, Allah is pleased with Umar. So, who can explain the Quran to us? If we ask Umar, he will beat the hell of you. Nobody. That is the answer. And this is why Allah is pleased with Umar. Because when somebody asks a question about the Quran, he beat him. He is the one who understands Islam very well. Chapter 5, verse 101, it says, ask no questions. Verse 102, it says, because former generation asked the same questions before you. And that make them leave Islam.